Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, here comes Fran. There's Fran. Wow. Fran, you're in the number 2 chair today. I don't think you've ever been in the number 2 chair.
I've never been here so early. I was here before you.
Oh, you were here before me? Oh, so you
Yeah.
said. Oh, so you said.
I have my camera like this.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It's been a week. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to MBartistAlley.com. I am your host, Stephen Ahola. And today in the number 2 chair is Barbie art director Francine Delgado. How are you doing, Francine?
Super pretty. Hello, everybody. I'm so glad to be back home.
Was it quite the ride for you?
Oh my God. It was a horrible flight back. Like it got like too many delays and I lost like a couple of planes and I arrived at home like at 1:30 in the morning. That in time of West Palm, that is when we leave. When I leave the plane, it was like 4 or 5. It's so crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. And already we have Darla and Luke with us. Luke, we did get back home safe. Let me tell you, man, getting back into Canada is an ordeal. So I don't know about you. So you lost a couple planes. It took you forever to get home. It took me 4 hours to get outside of the airport. They left us on the airplane for an hour and a half. That's how slow customs work. And speaking of customs, here is customary Punisher and X-Men artist John Hebert. I bet you had an easier time getting home than we did.
Yeah, I pretty much did. We still were delayed, but it was fine.
And then, of course, below me is Marvel and DC inker Mustafa, who I'm sure had absolutely zero problems going from West Palm Beach to Houston.
Yeah, I just had to pack early, and I don't like packing early. But other than that, yeah, it was smooth sailing. Was there an odyssey for you?
No. As you could tell by the bags and the added years added to our eyes, Fran and I had a sojourn. Not as bad as Orlando, mind you. Nothing could top that. But I was so excited to touch down in Toronto, and then all of a sudden they said, "Ladies and gentlemen, please get comfortable. Customs will not let you off the plane." So we sat in the plane. We sat in the plane for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Customs were so backed up.
Did you bring reading material?
I had my trusty phone with me, so I definitely burned up some battery. That's for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, and Fran will tell you. Go ahead, Fran.
I make a horrible mistake this time. Like because my suitcase was packed out with some comics and stuff, I decided I'm gonna put it in to send it under the plane this time. So I paid to send it under the plane because they told me I asked like 20 times, will this be like my final destination is Vancouver? Will I pick it up in Vancouver? And they said like, oh yeah, it's okay. So I put it under the plane. But then when I arrived to Calgary, they told me, oh no, you need to go and take your suitcase, do customs here because it's the first time you're arriving to Canada, and then you put it under the plane again. But you told me you didn't have to do this. No, but somebody else told me that. So that was a horrible mistake because since I have to wait for the suitcase to be back or to get out, I lost my plane. So I lost my plane. So next time, but you live, you learn. Next time, I know I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you had a trip back like I did from Orlando. And speaking of which, look who just joined us, the birthday boy, Mr. Joe Rubenstein, who is a young.
Happy birthday to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, just to bring you in on we after Saturday night, we all went and took over Texas Steakhouse in West Palm Beach.
Roadhouse.
Thank you. And it was Joe Rubenstein's 69th birthday.
And there was a dead body in the street.
That's right.
There was a dead body, yeah. That had nothing to do with the birthday, though.
Yeah.
That we can prove.
No, you're muted, Joe. You're muted.
No, I'm not. Doesn't work.
We just can't hear you so well.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't work.
Uh-oh.
All right. That's okay. That's okay. You'll have to speak up louder.
Someone was passed out by the pool. That's right.
Yeah. Joe
Yeah,
was
might have taken a
Joe was
selfie with
knocking
him.
him dead, literally.
How
We
do
were
they
afraid
know
he was
so
not
much?
alive.
Yeah. Someone did pass out by the pool, Nick. It was. I guess we shouldn't name names. Don't worry.
But it was very entertaining.
Doesn't work. Okay.
Doesn't work.
Doesn't work. All right. Joe's gonna be writing all of his messages.
Inking.
Today the role of
This is
Mushmouth.
gonna be interesting.
And Steve, whose idea was it that birthday?
I blamed you.
I know you blamed me, but whose idea was it?
I have no idea.
You don't know? Okay. All
No
right.
idea. No idea. All I did was answer the questions. She said, "What's his name?" Joe. How old is he? 69.
And they were asking you because
Well, apparently it's a thing. Didn't you hear him singing happy birthday to everybody else?
they did. They did.
Canuck.
Schmuck.
I have a feeling, Joe. Joe, this is going to be your most entertaining episode.
It might be.
Joe, can you please describe how good the ice cream was?
It has been hilarious so far.
The ice cream one?
How good was the ice cream? It was so good.
It better have been good.
It was free.
After all,
Free,
Exactly. Yeah. It was free.
Oh, Luke, you should have came. It was awesome. We invited everybody. We invited everybody Saturday. Oh, I should say I invited everybody. If you came by the booth on Saturday, because we had time Saturday afternoon. If you came by on Saturday, I invited everybody. Hey, we're going drinking tonight.
Yeah.
I invited everybody, but it was a good time. It was a good time. I think we actually had some team bonding experience, which was great. Anyways, let's get the house stuff out of the way. House clean. There we go. House cleaning.
Housekeeping.
Housekeeping. Thank you.
Housekeeping.
Something I didn't get in West Palm Beach. Housekeeping.
Yeah.
Hey, Fran, did we get any housekeeping?
We get 0 housekeeping. 0. Because apparently you need to stay more than 3 nights now for they to
The
give you
thing I love
housekeeping.
about a hotel is that at the end of a long day of a show, you walk into the hotel and you walk into a bed made with fresh towels. We got neither all 3 days. This is where Mustafa goes. I did.
No. It's ever since COVID, they don't do it anymore unless you like beg and plead for them to do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Or if you're staying for 4 days, they'll do it on like the last day or something.
Oh,
Okay.
Mr. Rubenstein is calling in his messages. Oh, you're calling me?
I know who you are. I know where you live. I'm coming to get you.
Hello, Mr. Rubenstein. No one here.
Where's our roving reporter?
Our roving reporter is stuck in the Jersey Tunnel.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Joe is trying to call in.
There's probably worse places to be stuck, but I don't know what.
I don't know.
Anyways, as Mustafa said, let's do the housekeeping. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching us on YouTube, you're watching on Facebook. As artists, and we do drawings. And we were at ULTRACON this last weekend, and I pulled out some of the favorites from ULTRACON in West Palm Beach. Let's throw them up. Once again, for the second week in a row, G.I. Joe #1 was Bob McLeod's most requested piece. In fact, we sold our first bus stop. A 40x60 of G.I. Joe was done. And the awesome thing is the person who bought the bus stop took it over to Bob, and it was like the white spot is about 6x8. And he got Bob to draw in a Cobra Commander in that white piece. And in the red, he got Bob to put in a Storm Shadow versus Snake Eyes sword fight. It was very cool. We'll post it up on Facebook if you want to check it out. But it was very cool. All right. We got Bob's. Hopefully he'll grace us with his 12 minutes. Once again, second week in a row. Oh no, last week it was Harley Quinn. This week, Boba Fett was a popular item in West Palm Beach. What else we got? Of course, we had a successful Wiz at UltraCon. And
Well, that's a good thing.
Francine had a very successful Wiz. Her Wiz was flying off the shelf.
Yay.
Francine and
I
Mustafa's
never
Wiz.
thought I was gonna be like happier hearing those words, like which is flying. Yay! What the heck? Okay.
All right, what's on the next one? Jamie's Mumro was very popular. This, of course, because Larry Kenney, the voice of Lion-O, was there. James C. Mulligan's Mandalorian was a hit. Anna, I'm going to tell you how you can get that boba in just a second. Sorry. No, that's okay. Move on to the next one. We're going to walk Anna through it in a second. Joe Rubenstein, his Quicksilver and Tigra, Voices of Peter Newman, was a big hit. And we got pictures of him and Peter signing. Mr. Hebert, your Wiz was also very well received.
There's nothing like a well-received whiz.
Oh.
Okay.
My urologist will be happy to hear that.
Let's move on. All right, Mustafa, who shared duties with Francine on a Wiz, and yes,
Took a Wiz together.
It was a team whiz,
It was
Took
a
a Wiz
team.
together.
Wait, here we go.
a gang whiz, if you will.
All right, here we go. Let
I
me see.
knew the wish Joe was not gonna be ended. I knew it.
Okay, can we hear you, Joe?
I guess you can you?
Can you hear Joe? Joe,
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you, Joe. There you go. Joe is bouncing off satellite signals so that
Let me just repeat so nobody missed it. Canuck schmuck.
All right, I have you up to the microphone. Here, we'll turn it around so people can see your lovely face as well. There we go. There's Joe. This is a poor man's split screen.
Right. Just when I need to answer something, come to me.
All right, when you need to say, okay, we're going to put Joe on hold. All right, we have my Lion-O. There we go. Let's put up the 3 so we can help Anne Marie. Anne Marie, you want the Boba Fett? This is how you can get the Boba Fett. There's 3 ways today, my friend. Number 1, pile in your comments and your questions. As you do, each comment and question that we see will get you a free ticket into a draw that will be done at the end of the show. Number 2, you just put in there, claim Boba, and Love G will help you out and get you all fixed up with your Boba Fett. Or number 3, go to MBartist.com, fill your cart with any one of these lovely images, whether it be fine art, platinum, or canvas. And look, we got 2 Joes for the price of 1. Fill your boots. Fill your boots and cart with any one of
Since Jamie isn't here, I got to rep Jamie here.
Okay, there you go. Fill your boots and your cart with any one of these, and you'll get free shipping with exactly that free shipping. So there you go, Anna Marie. Just claim Boba, and Love G will help you out. There we go. Anyways, on with the show. As we have 2 angles of Joe, the many faces of Joe. Happy Joe, sad Joe. Yo, Joe.
Pensive Joe.
Pensive Joe. All right, guys, let's go around the horn. Let's go around the horn and talk about UltraCon. You know what? I was pleasantly surprised. And Mustafa, you left a little too early because I don't know why, but it went nuts after 4:30.
Really?
Did it really?
Yeah. Yeah. Ask Francine. She was packing up around me while I was making a big resellers. And we actually had a couple people come in and say, hey, I just got here. Thank God you guys are still here. Can I buy something? Sure.
Well, luckily you were there.
Luckily, I was there.
Well, all of us were
Yeah,
gone.
like the show
Yeah, yeah.
was supposed to close. Show was supposed to be closed at 5, right? And
Yep.
there were people. It's still like at 6 buying stuff.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I packaged up my last reseller at 6:30.
That's great.
Yeah, it was great. It was great.
I mean, I wanted to stay. It just, Boston is tomorrow morning, basically. So I needed that extra day.
Oh, I hear you. I'm going to be back on the plane tomorrow, bright and early, heading to Boston.
So my friend, that I don't envy.
And then
the
Pablo,
thing
he needs to get back home too. So yeah.
yeah, it's fine. It's good. All right, let's go around the horn. We'll start with the many faces of Joe. Joe boy, what was your favorite moment of ULTRACON?
Meeting
Meeting
friends.
Francine.
There you go.
There you
The
go.
great thing, the birthday ice cream.
She is
The free ice cream.
She is a delight.
Yeah.
She is a
She's
delight,
a delight,
and
and
she
she's
dresses well,
versatile,
unlike the rest of you guys.
Well, we definitely keep the bar nice and low for her. Francine, I think the natural segue to go would be go to you. What was your favorite moment of ULTRACON?
Oh, definitely my favorite moment was like meeting you guys in person. Like I had an expectation of how everybody was gonna be because of these shows, but definitely there is like an after and a before ULTRACON, because now I felt like you said it was like a bonding exercise. It was definitely a bonding exercise. I got like to meet a little bit more of each one of you, and I got to have like super cool conversations with each one of you guys, and that for me was like the best part of the convention. Also, like the guys over there treated us like super good, like the organization, and that was very cool. And
Ladies and
I love
gentlemen,
meeting you guys. The clock.
Right on top of Joe.
yeah, look, even Luke says, "Start the clock."
Hello, guys.
Hi, Bob.
Oh, look.
Oh, thank you, Joe.
Even Joe Rubenstein has picked up Bob McLeod's
Yeah.
How to Do. Let's see. Get the title. The Hows and Whys. What's the title? The Hows and
The Hows and Whys of Drawing Comics.
Oh, thank you, Bob. So, Joe, even after all these years, Joe is picking up tips from you, Bob.
We all are.
Oh, thanks, Francine. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a great book. I'm lucky enough to have the only one with a PDF copy. Yeah, Ara, we have lots of pictures. I don't know, Eric, see if you can bring up the group shot we took. I got told someone pointed out something very interesting on the group shot. See if you can dig that up and throw it up on the screen. But Bob, he already has it teed up. Oh, there we go. There's some pictures. So there you go. Let's wheel around some pictures. There you can see the sign. Oh, there we go. There we are. Notice the one thing that doesn't belong there. Everybody seems to be color coordinated, except for that goof on the right.
You didn't got the memo.
I know. I think it's like the talent over here. Other people there. Canuck Schmuck. There you go. There you go. Mr. Bob, since your time is very, very valuable, what was your favorite part of the weekend?
Favorite part? I don't know, but the most interesting part was doing that drawing on that enormous G.I. Joe poster, where the guy wanted me to do a face down in the white corner, and then also up in the red area at the top of the cover, he wanted these guys battling. That was quite a commission.
You know what was the fun thing about it was he was so worried. He was so worried about it because he just spent all that money on that 40x60 bus stop. And then he was like, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? And I was like, put Cobra Commander down there, man. And he was like, yes. And then he came over like literally every 50 minutes. Go, is he doing okay? Is it okay? I'm like, stop asking me and just go look. And then he went and took a sneak peek. He came back and he said, I shouldn't have looked. It looks awesome.
Yeah, he
How
was,
was it like
he
to
wasn't
work on
any
that
more worried
surface?
than I was. That was a tough thing to draw on.
Oh my God.
How was it like to work on that surface?
It's actually nice. The ink, it takes the ink very well. Dries pretty quickly. It's kind of hard to pencil any structure underneath that that you can see very easily. So I just did a real simple structure and then just prayed that I didn't screw it up in the inks.
You didn't. It looked great. It looked fabulous. And I'm gonna.
Did anybody take a picture? I didn't get to see it.
I took a picture. Here, let me see if
Okay.
I can get it over here. I'm gonna turn off Joe for a second and see if I can find that picture. I thought I sent it. Oh, there it is. Look at it. It's right there. See if I can get it. There we go.
A little hard to see.
Zoom in.
No, I think you better send that picture to somebody else so they put it on the screen.
Yeah.
There's the cover.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, looks good.
Leave it there. Oh, cool.
And then he did. There you go. See if you can see that.
Not quite.
Anyways, I'll send it. I'll send it to Eric. Somebody talk. Okay, let's turn it over. John, what was your favorite part of the show?
It was just nice hanging with all of you. It had been a long time since I did anything like that, and stayed up late sitting around the pool, just having a bull session with the guys and talking shop with old friends and new friends, and Bob and Joe shared some pretty interesting stories, and hopefully I shared some non-offensive interesting stories with them. And Bob, thank you for the book. I really appreciate it.
More than welcome.
It was just cool talking shop, even just a little bit about the ink wash on those old black and white magazines, just talking like that, going, hey, what did you use and stuff. I enjoy that. I really do. Things like that just always intrigue me, just to be able to, it's always nice to be able to say, oh, this is how they did it, but I still like going, how did you do that? It's the fan in me. And you're always learning. And if you're not, you might as well hang it up. And, just to gather that information from a pro or a bunch of pros is really nice. And it was cool seeing you all and spending the time.
How about you, Mustafa? Let's drop it down to you.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, when I stepped on the plane, I was thinking this is going to be a fun hangout show, and that's what I was looking forward to, and meeting people that I hadn't got to meet yet, meeting Fran, meeting John, getting movie recommendations. Like, all of that was great. Having Pablo come along and having him meet some of the guys. Like, yeah, that's why I went, and it was mission accomplished. It was great. It was a lot of fun.
It was.
John Luke says, got some great insights on the Punisher comic after John autographed it for me.
Cool. I'm glad. I know what story that was. That was the one where after it was all drawn and inked, suddenly Dandy Fingeroth found out Silvermane was in it and said, oh, you can't use him. So they had to pull him out of the book after it was already drawn. So there's a car getting knocked off a road, but by nothing, because they had to take his tractor trailer and him out. So it just looks like the car is falling off the road. It looks like I didn't know how to tell a story. And then there's a helicopter flying over the wrecked car, and there's just a big blank space where the tractor trailer would have been. And there's a horribly redrawn Silvermane, now Nomad, hopping out of what was the tractor trailer, but now it's an Oldsmobile. I was like, oh my God. When I saw that, I was just like horrified.
I remember that issue.
You remember that?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It was awkward.
Yeah, very, very last minute, Danny Fingeroth saw the Xeroxes of the pencil, of the inks.
Why did he not like Silvermane in there?
Well, he was the Spider-Man editor, and Spider-Man belonged to the Silvermane belonged to the Spider-Man office, and apparently Don Daly, the editor of Punisher, hadn't cleared using him.
Who cares? Punisher started in Spider-Man. Who cares?
I know, but
And
I know Danny. I'm going to ask him why.
If he does care, why didn't he speak up when it was penciled or when it was in the script?
apparently he never saw it. He didn't know they were using him.
Yeah,
And
why
actually,
don't they show these things to each other?
I'm gonna give Danny a piece of my mind next time I see him.
Well, it's okay. I mean, it's actually my fault. I showed Danny my pencils. He's like, "Why is Silvermane in here?" And that's how it started. So it's my fault. But I mean, then I felt bad. I'm like, great, now I'm going to start a war between these two editors. And, you know, I didn't want to be in that position. But either way, it came out. Nobody noticed it. I'm sure like you said, some people said, wow, what is this? But I just kept my head down. In the meantime, that was also when the funny thing is the car in question, the Oldsmobile, is getting hit in the rear end by the tractor trailer and knocked off the road, the non-existent tractor trailer. I had just bought myself that new Oldsmobile, and I got hit in the rear end
Oh,
at 55 miles an hour during the
Wow.
session and broke my drawing hand.
Holy
So I
shit.
had to draw the last issue and a half of that with a busted up hand. And that I almost threw in the towel then because I didn't know if I was going to be able to come back. I mean, I got the thing drawn, but it was not pretty. And it was just, I decided to stop drawing stuff like that in books because every time I do, some of it comes true. And I'm like, that's it. You know, I'm not playing this game anymore.
You got magic powers.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
he should draw himself getting. Hey, you got to draw yourself winning the lottery, man.
There you go. There you go. But I mean, I had accidentally drawn Ron Goldman in a Punisher book getting stabbed before the murder. I'm not joking.
All right,
I'm
there's
not
the Cobra
joking.
Commander. I love that Cobra Commander. And then if we
Yeah, it
there's
looks so good, but
there you go.
That's the guy.
Zoom in and see, Eric. See if you can get in on that Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes fight.
Yeah, let's.
There it is.
Oh, cool.
Oh, I see it now.
That's great.
In the
Bob,
red.
what time did you actually get that done?
why? My question: why didn't I put Snake Eyes behind the black smoke instead of on the other side, and the guy in the white could have been behind the black smoke? I really didn't think.
Bob, what time did you actually get that done?
What time? I don't know. It went
like 11.
than I thought it would.
Yeah, it was like 11 or so.
Yeah, he knocked it out in about a half hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah, you were a pro on that.
Oh, I thought you were working on it later than that for some reason. Okay, I'm
Yeah, it went pretty quickly.
We moved the table over there so you could have space to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did renovations and everything.
We
Like
did.
table behind him.
Jimmy did some renovations back behind that picture there.
Oh yeah, so we got in with only 15 minutes to set up. That's how bad my my flight in was. And I get in there, and I see Vicky, who's the promoter, one of the promoters, and she goes, "Oh, I just want to let you know that James decided to make a little some changes." And I walk in, and essentially he built a drive-in theater in the corner.
yes, he did.
And I was
You
like,
made a little shanty town.
yeah,
Sorry.
I'm like, James, are you an artist? Is this Artist Alley or a drive-in theater? I wish I had a picture of it. It was so huge.
Oh, it was. You remember the wall of sound? That was a wall of art.
Yes. All I could think was, look at me. So we're just cycling through some pictures here. Fran, I don't think we had a chance to ask you what was your favorite moment. Oh yeah, you did. You said meeting him.
yeah,
Sorry, just so long ago. And here's my favorite moment. So as you can see, we have a picture there of Larry Kenny. The first night we met at the bar, Bob started a round table of his own, and he stayed longer than 12 minutes, which was awesome.
Wow.
But he did it in segments of 12. After the first 12, he went and got a sweater. After the second 12, he ordered an old fashioned, and then after the third 12, he ordered a meal. So we had 36.
He had the meal before we sat down. Actually, he
Oh,
just,
yeah, I
he
was
just
on
was being
dessert.
a good guy and stuck around.
Yeah, I was on dessert when Mustafa got there. Pablo.
Yep.
No, Ara, Joe is not on mute. We put him on timeout. Here, Joe. Ara wants to say hi. Would you like to
For the
say
best.
hi to Ara?
Sure.
Sure.
Hey, I have another
Memory
of the
of the
convention.
convention.
Can you hear
Can you
me?
hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I realized that when Fran is
Fran's
speaking
speaking English, you still think he's speaking instead of.
Ooh, echo.
Yeah, Joe, turn off the volume on your iPad because we're getting to. Okay, boxer short thought. Anyway, so as we got to sit down, one of the celebrities, the voice of Lion-O, Larry Kenny, who we got lucky enough to do a private autograph session with, came over to the booth, and I asked him if he would do me a favor and call my wife. So my wife is a Thundercat fanatic. And I was telling him how she got really mad at me because Larry Kenny became my Facebook friend and not her. And I ended up sleeping on the couch that night. So I was like, hey, Larry, do me a favor. Can you call my wife and try to get me off the couch? So he says, sure, Steve. So I call and I say, hey, man, guess who I'm with? I hand it over. He goes, hi, I hear you like Thundercats. And she got all fangirly and everything. And he goes, I just wanted to let you know that I'm here with your husband and a bunch of girls. And I was like, oh, shit.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
I'm like, thanks, Larry.
No, what about the Thundercats?
Yeah.
Your story.
Lion-O just put me from the couch to divorce court. So I thought that was a fun story. Fran, you're on mute. Give us a story from the weekend.
I was just saying, true story. I was there when that happened. And I was like, Steven, it's your fault because you should give the guy a script to follow. You just allow him to run wild. And that's what happened when you just allowed actors to run wild. They run wild.
Oh, yeah, he definitely ran wild. Bob, any other stories? So we were talking about Bob. You missed Joe's birthday, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
On the way.
Happy birthday! That's not your birthday, Joe.
Did you get to see the video though?
I did.
Okay, Pablo did a good recording.
It was awesome.
It was a great recording. Yeah, we're sorry you missed it, Bob. Bob, do you have any other stories you want to share from ULTRACON?
I mean, it was just great to see all you guys in person instead of on these little boxes. It's always fun to get together with other artists because that's the only time I ever see anybody in the business is at these shows. But I was concerned that not enough people were wearing masks at that convention. And my daughter was really concerned. So that's why I missed Joe's little dinner birthday party because I just thought it was a little too scary in that restaurant.
Yeah, that's true. True that. So I had to pick up one of our new helper, Brendan, from a bar after I got landed. I actually left him in a bar for 6 hours while my flight was delayed, and they gave away my rental car. Anyways, he gives me the address. I walk into this bar, and I swear to God, I thought it was 2018. Not a single person. It was packed. And it was definitely one of those bars you see in the movie Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze. And it was not a single soul was wearing except for this guy.
Florida.
Irving is here. Irving, how you doing, sir? We're talking about stories of ULTRACON. Irving is the other promoter, and there's his lovely wife, Vicky, who we were talking about. Thank you for having us, Irving. As you can tell, I'm tired and lacking of sleep. But we're all talking about stories. Luke Holbrook is talking about how he got his #1 Thundercats and Silverhawks signed, which I should mention. We now have a whole bunch of artwork by our various artists signed by Peter Newman and Larry Kenny. We're going to be posting these up on the website. So if you weren't able to go to ULTRACON, not to worry, because we're going to have a bunch of Thundercat stuff going up online, some done by Joe Boy and others done by myself and Jamie Coker. They'll be up and available. Actually, here, check this out. Unfortunately, we didn't have this done in time, but we did get the original signed. Here's the original of Thundercats Reimagined #1 by John Hebert. Number 88 of 100, signed by Peter Newman and Larry Kenny. You want to talk about this piece a little bit, John?
Yeah, it was a battle getting that thing done. I was a little bit swamped. I I got to admit, I wasn't as big a Thundercats fan as you are. I knew of it, but I wasn't like dialed in. So I had to do some research and whatnot. And I worked on it. I was getting ready to, get out for vacation a few weeks ago, as you remember. So I got it done, got it scanned and sent to you. And you were incommunicado when I kept texting you saying, hey, was it okay? Was it okay? And I think it was my second day in Cape Cod. You texted me back and said, no, we got to have it scanned again. So I actually had to have my babysitter break into my house, get the piece, drive it down to Albany to my good friend Bill Anderson, star anchor. And he had to rescan it and send it. And then it didn't get colored after all that.
Wow.
So that's the story.
Yeah, unfortunately, time was not our friend. But
No,
here's Joe's Quicksilver Voices of Peter Newman. There's it signed. There's Peter Newman, AK Quicksilver. This is number 76 of 100. This one's already pre-sold. This one already has a home. And then here's the other one. This is the other one Joe did that got signed. The Voices of Larry Kenny, which is Bluegrass in Lion-O. Let's see if I can get to the autographs. There they are. This one's number 96 of 100. So, guys, these will be available on the website soon. As soon as I do, we'll make a big announcement. But not only that, as John said, we had a couple Thundercat pieces. We had a piece by Mustafa. We had a piece by John that just didn't get here in time. So we've already talked to both Peter and Larry, and they said that they would be willing to do a follow-up on those pieces. So we will make sure that we get those signed as well. Here, I got to put this. This is the person who bought this is probably saying, "Handle it with care, Steven." Mustafa, how did Lobos like the show?
Oh, he had a fun time. Yeah, he was glad he went. He was worn out Sunday. Yeah, it's brutal if you don't pace yourself, I guess.
Really,
But
what happened Saturday night to make him so?
I can't recall, and I don't think he can either. I just know, was it Casa Azul? Yeah. There's some
really
nice
good tequila. Very good tequila.
Yeah. Smoothest tequila I ever had.
Best tequila I ever threw up.
Oh, no.
No.
It was good, but it was still being tequila.
I'd ask Joe a question, but he disappeared on both screens. Look. So the next show coming up is Boston. And so we're going to be splitting our forces. Some of us are going to Dragon Con in Atlanta. Some of us are going to be going to Boston. Joe is going to be in Dragon Con. Mustafa is going to be in Boston. John will be in Boston. Francine said, "Screw you guys, I'm staying home." And Bob, are you the same? Are you going anywhere this weekend?
No, I'm staying home. I'm trying to cut down a little bit on the number of conventions. Everybody's having them all of a sudden in the fall all the time. And I just can't travel that much right now. I've got a mural that I'm painting for our kitchen.
Oh, nice.
But we will see you in Dallas, so which is good because I have some pre-orders I forgot to get you.
Oh, all right.
But I do have good news. Your peanuts will be delivered before 5:00 today. Actually, he's coming here to get it.
That's great.
He was like, no. You don't come to me. I'm coming to you. I want that now. So I think he jumped in his hot little wheels and he's on his way from Guelph as we speak. He should be here anytime. I'm actually looking at it right now on the couch, and I definitely think if you're good with it, we should make that a print because it's awesome.
He doesn't want us to make it into a print. He wants to keep it to himself. And I understand that as a collector. A lot of collectors, they commission this art for themselves, not for everybody else to enjoy. Yeah, well, it's understandable.
Fine.
Well, I'm just glad it made it back to Canada safely is my main concern.
It did. But maybe I can convince him when I see him.
You can take a shot at that.
All right. I was like, come on, Hoser. Okay. I'll buy you a double, eh? All right. Anyway, so those will be delivered. So Joe, let's ask you a question. I'm going to put you up to the microphone. Let's give him time to get prepared. Joe, you've decided to go to Dragon Con instead of Boston. Any reason why Dragon Con instead?
Well, I've been trying to go for years and years, and they never accepted me. And just prior to the pandemic, they asked me to come. The pandemic happened, and then they asked me again. I've never been there before, so I thought it would be. And I've been to Boston a few times.
Okay. All right, cool. And I believe who else is going with you? I think James Mulligan is going to be there as well, right?
Yep, his first time.
Yes.
And do you know if Chad's going to be there with you? No, he's going to be in Boston with
Chad's
us.
in Boston.
Chad's in Boston. Yeah, so we're splitting our forces. Some of us are in Dragon Con in Atlanta. Some of us will be in Boston. And Fran and Bob are staying home. So,
But I will have MBartist material with me.
yes, you will. Yes, you will. You made, instead of making your bag lighter, my bag got lighter.
You should do another Peanuts because the collector won't get permission. Just another one with Peanuts in it.
Yeah, maybe do the issue number 1 with Peanuts. Bob says no. I know that face. That's a no face.
Mustafa, what are you busy working on over there?
See, there you go.
Well, you just mentioned Chad Harden. That's a cover I'm doing with Chad Harden. Yeah, a little work in
Very
progress.
nice. Yeah, very nice.
Let's see, yeah.
Is that a White Widow?
No, it's for an indie book called The Harrier.
Harrier. That's a
Mhm.
great name.
Yeah.
A Harrier, like the vertical short takeoff and landing planes. Is that the same type thing?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Joe Anna Marie says might have to direct a few friends going to Dragon Con to stop by and meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. That shows Elvis impersonation. Bob, I think Eric fell asleep at the wheel.
I know. What's happening with the Bob clock?
I don't know. Let's do a check-in on the Bob clock. Where are we at with the Bob clock, Eric?
The Bob clock.
Oh, 9 seconds. Look at how's that for Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and Mr. McLeod, thank you very much for joining us. Are you going to stick around? Do you want to renew? I'm going to give you the option. Do you want to renew the 12-minute Bob clock, or are you signing out?
No, why would I do that, Steve? I'll see you guys later.
He even gives a chance to say bye.
Steven, this is your fault again. You do the same thing like with the Thundercats voice actor. You just show him the clock for him to leave. He didn't even mention everything about leave until you show him the clock. So it's on you again.
Yeah, if you give him the option, he's going to take it 100% of the time.
It's kind of like in Dora on Bewitched. He gives a line and disappears.
Yeah. Good night, everybody. And just takes off.
No, he's like George Costanza. He leaves on
Yeah. He wants to leave on top. Exactly.
There you go.
He hits the high point and he gets out before it gets bad. Brendan wants to know who's going to Denver. I think everybody here is going to Denver, except for
love Denver.
John.
Love it.
Is sitting out Denver, but we got everybody else going to Denver. So it's going to be the.
I'm not.
It's going to be the everybody but John show.
When is Denver anyway?
Are you going to Denver, friend?
I'm not going either.
We got to check this. Who the hell do I have?
Denver is awesome. If you get a chance, go.
The next time I come back to the States is for New York Comic Con.
Oh, it's all right. You're right.
That's right before it. So yeah.
Yeah. So Denver is going to be over Halloween, and I've got Bob, Chad, Jamie, James, Joe, and Mustafa. So seven of us will be going to Denver. And I'm going to be stopping off at I'm going to see if I can rent a car so I can stop off at Gnarly Toy Box, who's going to be becoming one of our resellers. So
I'm going to be here so I can keep the kids from egging my house.
Anna Marie says I would go to Boston, but my tickets to Fluffy, aka Enrique Iglesias, were rescheduled from last year to this Friday. Oh, okay. We got replaced with Enrique Iglesias. Come on,
he's funny. We can draw better.
Yeah, we can draw better. Yeah, but he can sing better, right?
Actually, wait, no, he can draw much more than we can. He can draw like tens of thousands of people. So never mind.
Oh, look, it's like a police. We have a site. Oh, are you
He
sure
can draw.
working on it?
Enrique Iglesias can draw one thing that we can't. A crowd. Try the veal.
Wait, there's
Oh,
so did you guys get a chance to try the lunches? I missed the
Yes.
first one. Yeah, how was it? Was it good? The second one was great.
The what? The lunches? Oh, the lunches. Yeah, they were okay.
Yeah, cool.
They were okay.
Yeah, I showed up. It was literally there was just a little bit left in each one. I was
Yeah.
like, all right, let's clean this out. So I could tell people were hungry, so they must have been really good. Joe, any other stories from UltraCon you want to share? Tell us about your perspective about celebrating your birthday in West Palm Beach.
Yes.
Revenge is a dish best served cold.
And taken with your hands.
I had no idea you were a Klingon, sir.
No,
It's from Shakespeare, I think.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, he was ready to smack me because of it. So now you're gonna get that smack.
That's okay. I have a height advantage.
It was gonna be how. Oh.
Oh,
There is a great picture of Jamie and Joe that I wish we could put on here. It's adorable of both of them standing next to each other.
Oh,
Stephen, you won't see me coming because I'm below your line.
below my I'm not going to notice it. It's going to be like a horizon.
You got to sit sometime, Steve.
gotta sleep sometime.
yeah. Yeah, Joe comes up to me and says, "So, Stephen, who is the culprit of that event?" And I said, "Oh, it's got to be Mustafa."
Yeah. And then he came over and he was like, "You're not gonna know it. You're not gonna expect it, but someday you're gonna get quite a slap." And then just walked off. I was like, "What'd I do?"
When you least expect it, expect it.
Yeah,
Remember,
he was like, "Remember How I Met Your Mother, the Thanksgiving feast or whatever?" I was like, "Oh yeah, but wait, what did I do?"
Slapsgiving.
I do.
Yeah, Slapsgiving. That's it.
true story.
Slapsgiving.
I was there when that happened.
Yeah, and John was there too. I mean, I think John was the
I
one
was
that
sitting right across
Yeah,
the table.
I think John was who ratted you out, Steve. Sorry.
John, you ratted me out.
What?
You ratted me out.
Yes.
You son of a shit salesman.
I felt bad for Mustafa. He was taking the heat for you.
I was like signing books, trying to get all of it done in time, and then all of a sudden, like, wait, what?
It was
So coming back to the smack, so we don't know when that smack's gonna happen, but can somebody please record this if we're not there so we can all see it?
I want to see how he figures out the logistics.
Oh, he'll figure it out. He'll figure it out.
I know. He's gonna be like cold calculating. It's gonna be like a cold day in February.
It'll be like an anime. It'll happen, and then like 5 seconds later, you'll realize, like, wait, what? What just happened? Yeah.
What just hit me? And I'll
No.
hear little footsteps going off in the distance, giggling.
Mm-hmm. And then you'll just fall over.
Just remember, some night you'll be laying in bed, cold, bitter, grim night. You'll hear a twig snap outside, or maybe it's not. Maybe it's not just the wind. Maybe it's Joe.
All of his nights are cold and bitter.
There we go.
I'm gonna wake up and go, is that Chucky?
Wow.
Hey, if I'm gonna get slapped, I'm making it worth my while.
There you go.
Oh,
So it's his birthday next time then.
Yeah, look on the bright side. Look on the bright side, Joe. It won't be your birthday. It'll be John's.
huh? Oh no. No.
I'll take a birthday in the next dinner for some free ice cream. I'll take
Yeah, I
it.
don't know why Joe's all upset. He got it. He got the two things he loves. He got attention and ice cream. Like,
Wow.
how could he be upset?
Wow.
Everybody sang. Joe,
He
when
was
was
not
the last time
upset.
everybody sang to you.
Yes, we did.
At my
At my bar mitzvah,
And how long ago was that? Tuesday?
at least 60 years ago.
See, there you go. 60 years of never being serenaded. You were overdue.
Right.
Right. See, I'm 69 now, so
That's right. You know what, Joe? I will help you get Steve. We will come up with something clever.
You know what, John?
Okay.
I'm sorry that we're not going to
Steven.
be able to have you at any future shows now.
Oh well.
Oh, Steven. I think the snack's not gonna be for Mustafa. It's gonna be for you next time.
I know. Ara says maybe he's mad because he didn't do what he wanted with the ice cream. What did
There
you
you
want to do with the ice cream?
What would that? Dump it on his head or what?
Oh, maybe
Yeah.
he wanted to throw it at me.
Yeah.
Actually,
maybe.
it'd be thrown at you at first. See, now that would have been funny.
I'm not wasting good ice cream. Please.
Kayla turned into hey Kayla, you're not late at all. We've just been reminiscing about UltraCon and talking about how we celebrated Joe's birthday.
Joe's 69th birthday.
69th birthday.
She'll be at the next one. She'll be in Boston.
You know, I think the next one Chad won't even have it see it coming. I think we should do Chad in Boston.
Oh yeah. Happy 69, Chad. Oh, that'd be great.
That'd go over well, eh?
Is he bringing his wife? Yeah.
Oh, I'd be double smacked. I'd get smacked by Joe, turn around and get smacked by Chad. I'd be doing full rotations.
There you go.
Be like a Stooges film.
Francine, so if I recall correctly, did you have to go to work the very next day when you got back?
Oh yeah.
How was
Yeah,
that?
but I took the Monday. I took the morning off. I just called into the studio and told them like, I'm a zombie person now. My flights got delayed. I'll see you in the afternoon. So I start working on the afternoon on the same day.
There you go. Was it a hard day?
A little bit, but again, you live, you learn. So I know now next time I have to plan these things better.
That's why you leave Sunday and not Monday.
I told you, next time I will change you guys on your tables until we finish like picking
Oh,
up
no.
all the stuff because it was so much stuff to pick it up.
Yeah, you need a full-time assistant at these shows, man. You need somebody just to help.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Well, Brendan was a great help. You know, he was a great.
Brendan was a rock star.
He was terrific.
And
But he snores.
and Francine was fantastic. Francine, Jamie, and Trisha all helped us pack up, and it was funny because we were almost done, and they kicked us out of the convention center. The security guard comes over. I'll go home. I'm like, no, we're not done yet. He goes, no, we close in 15 minutes.
Tell them to help.
Yeah, that's what we said. And then all of a sudden, Irving and his crew come over here. I was like,
oh wow,
guys, we got
No, now I call police.
So you got recruited, Fran?
No, she volunteered.
She volunteered.
We
Yeah.
should try it sometime with stuff. It's healthy.
I'm good. I got enough. So yeah, she was sending me pictures of like 9 p.m. You guys were still doing it.
10. We finished at 10.
Oh well, that's right. It was 10 over there. Yeah.
Yeah. 10.
Wow.
It was 10.
Wow.
And we got kicked out. We got kicked out at 9, so we had to throw what was left in the back of the truck, go down the street to a parking lot, take it all out, and then put it back in.
That's
Really?
awful.
Yeah.
Well, they had a
So
show
we
at
have
10
to
p.m. or something.
basically to do that. We have to do that 2 times because of the guy that was closing down the place. Like, no, but we're almost done. Give us just half an hour. And like, nope, I cannot. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, Luke goes, my wife almost killed me. Our flight didn't get back till 1 a.m., and she had to be at work at 6 a.m. Ooh. You're testing it there, Luke. But Luke was one of the guys that helped set up when we only had 15 minutes before we got kicked out the first time. We had a habit of closing things down, didn't we?
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
Like the bar.
Yeah, like the bar.
Oh, then there was that story. Anybody want to tell that story?
Oh, geez, that was unpleasant.
That was
All
a
right.
good one.
Well, go ahead, tell it, Mustafa.
Oh, well, let's see. We were hanging out at the bar with Bob, and then Bob left, and then we were still there, and we had some drinks, and then all of a sudden the security just kind of like hung around, like hovering, and we're like, oh, is it time to close? And I think it was like closing time an hour before, and then they just turned the lights off. Yeah, we're just drinking in the complete dark, and it's not like mood lighting; it's like pitch black. And and then they send a check and it's dark. So then the security like puts the flashlight on the check so you can write on it. Like, oh man, they really wanted us out of there. The thing is, the rest of the place was open, so all we had to do was just take our drinks and go to the pool or go to the lobby or whatever else. It was just that particular area was closed. Man, Florida is serious about their times when they close, aren't they?
You know what the worst part of it is? I found out afterwards. I was talking to our good friend Tim, who shuttled me around and shuttled, I think, most of us around.
Tim was great.
He was a rock star. I told him about that and told him about how, we were kind of upset that we just sat around the pool and they had just closed the pool. He's like, you should have called us. He goes, we had a whole block of rooms. I could have made it work. They could have made exceptions for you guys, and they could have at least sold you some more drinks and stuff. I said, really?
Yeah, I would have thought so. Yeah.
I'll remember that next time.
Yeah. We need Tim at every show.
Yes, we do. Or at least a Tim.
We need a Tim.
A Tim. Every show should have a Tim.
Tim was awesome.
Tim and a
He
Brandon.
was such a lovely guy. Like, I really love to meet him. Yeah.
They were
And I
all
didn't realize, but I've known Tim for like years because he was talking to me. Like he was trying to get me to like come out to some show in Dallas, some comic shop in Dallas that I ended up doing this year. And he was like, "Yeah, I've been trying to get you up there for years." I was like, "Oh, you're that guy." Like, yeah, we've known each other for a while now.
Luke says they drive like crazy down there. They do.
obviously there's a dead body in the road.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm from Texas. They don't drive that crazy.
Well, you're
story?
Texas.
Wait till you experience
the Jamie story. Sorry.
I was driving on the highway. I swear it was like meteorites.
Okay, we need to take turns. This is not working. This is not working.
Go ahead, Fran.
You have the floor.
I
You
was
have the
gonna
front.
say, if you heard the Jamie story when he was saying they were driving back to the hotel and they saw like a patch of blood like just all over the street and they don't know, but something seems like something was just dragged out on the street. And I was like, oh my God, people here drive like crazy for sure. So I don't know, in Texas maybe they are crazier, but in there they are crazy drivers for sure.
There's a little bit of aggressive driving over here. It's true.
Well, the other funny thing was, as we were driving out of the restaurant after we'd heard that there was, a fatality on the road, we were at the traffic light pulling out a stop sign, whatever it was. I guess it was a traffic light. And all of a sudden, we could see flashing lights down, quarter mile away or whatever. And so we knew that's where the accident scene was. And then all of a sudden, James from the back goes, "Oh my God, there's blood all over the sidewalk." And we look, no, James, they just spray painted arrows in red on the sidewalk because they're obviously going to be doing a curb cut over there. The accident is over there. This is
I missed that.
No, you were there. You heard that, remember?
I think I was in the other car, wasn't I?
Yeah, you were in the other car. Speaking of which, what the hell was Fran comes back and is like ranting about how James is so morbid and everything. What the hell was going on in that car?
They were talking just about like horrible deaths that happens on the street. Like
I was telling fire department stories.
I know. Like,
Fire department.
Imagine the stories he has working at the fire department place.
The greatest rescues of Squad 4-2.
Oh, right. Joe, did you come back with them as well? Were you in that car?
He was.
Yeah, well,
He doesn't hear it.
he actually tied me to the hood like a deer. There's no
Well, I guess they figured there's already one body on the street. There's no need to have another.
But I also gave him a lesson on how to get out of a car if you're trapped underwater. So everybody's going to be safe if that ever happens.
Well, share with the rest of us.
All
Wait,
right,
what?
all the headrests in cars now. If you notice, they pull out. They basically have the posts. They're basically like two knitting needles.
Right.
That's designed like that on purpose. So if you're trapped in a car, whether underwater or whatnot, and you can't get the door open, you take that and you tap the window, and it'll shatter the window.
Really?
Yeah. It's like what we always carried in the department on each truck, and a lot of guys had them on their belts or hanging off their gear, what they call a prick punch, which is, I guess, what I was when I slugged my editor at Marvel, but that's another story. And it just looks like a little, again, like a half a knitting needle with a spring on it. You hit this thing, and it shatters the window instantly. Well, that's
Back
what.
to punching somebody?
What's that?
Go back to punching somebody?
Yeah, I may have slightly whacked an editor, but that's another story.
That's another story.
I think we don't
Story.
care.
That's not another story.
Yeah, I didn't really hit him. I kind of choke slammed him.
That's even better. Was it on?
Was it because of a character that wasn't supposed to be in it? Because it was belonging to Spider-Man?
With Danny. No, this was as I was on my way out the door, my final picnic, and it was in front of like 50 people, and then I basically cut a wrestling promo on him, and yeah.
Can you recite the wrestling promo?
Oh God, it was basically like, I don't know who the hell you think you are. This business is failing because of people like you. You've driven a lot of people out. You've ruined people's lives. You have no decency at all. I can't wait till this happens to you, you little sleazy weasel. Something like that.
Wow.
Please tell me you added that the cream rises to the top.
I probably did. I don't remember. All I remember is I said, I'm going to be out of here. I'm going to establish a normal life. And wherever I land, I'll be sitting in an office somewhere with air conditioning and benefits someday laughing at you when you're eating garbage on the street.
Eating garbage. Wow.
Yes.
Okay. I've never done that to an editor, but I did lose my cool when I was like 23 or 24. Yeah. The only time I've ever not had, like, to me, everybody in comics kind of gets along and works well with each other. I haven't had a lot of bad experiences. I only had one editor who was just terrible. He was terrible at his job, terrible at every way. And I let him have it over the phone.
Oh, well, this was at the company picnic, so it was really entertaining.
At the picnic, that's where you want to do it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got to do it in front of people. And it's amazing how many people, he had a couple friends walking around him all day because I told people I was going to punch him by the end of the day because I was out of the business anyway. And one of the guys that he had with him was a friend of mine, a mutual friend. And, afterwards he was like, "We're still cool, right?" And I was like, "Absolutely." Because when I went off, a couple of his little bodyguards went in separate directions.
Bodyguards?
Because you don't want to see me screaming and yelling. It ain't pretty.
He didn't have bodyguards until you were around.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he made sure he had people with him.
Yeah.
There's another mutual friend of mine had warned him when I got there, John's here and he ain't happy. So, I figured, hey, it's over anyway. So why not go out with a bang?
So was it cumulative or was it an event that caused this?
Well, I was leaving. He had come in and taken over my book and wanted one of his buddies on. And I had wanted to just stick a few more months to get over, to work through what I was working through. And that was pretty much what it was. And you know what I'm talking about. And, I just said, well, you guys are just jerks. I said, I'm done. I wanted out anyway, at least a break for a year or two, and now it's going to be permanent. And you know what? You're a beady-eyed little worm. and people say, was it worth it? You know what? Yeah, it really was. I lived the American dream.
Yeah. There you go.
Welcome to the Marvel Family Picnic. Come for the food, stay for the show. Try the veal.
That's right. I gave everybody a floor show.
Yeah, you did.
And I've heard my buddy. Oh God! And it's funny because it's one of those stories.
Sorry, John.
It's one of those stories where the legend has grown. I've heard it like, yeah, I heard you beat the crap out of somebody at a picnic. No, I didn't really beat the crap out of him. I roughed him up a little bit.
Sorry to interrupt, John, but I've just received word that we are now in contact with our roving reporter, Jamie Coker. Mr. Coker, where in the world are you today?
Uh-oh.
Wait for the delay.
There it is.
Hello,
Where in the world is
Steven. We are, this is New York.
New York.
Start
It
spreading
actually
the
sounds
news.
like a news report.
The reception here is lousy, so I apologize.
Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize on behalf of our roving reporter. As you can see, we're having nothing but technical difficulties today.
There are cows all over the road, Stephen.
And my hand's cramping up holding this phone. Joe, give me a high sign when you want to say something, will you? Okay. All right, it's the top of the hour anyways. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the top of the hour. Let's do a reset. Welcome to MBartist Alley Live. I'm your host, Stephen Ahola. I am surrounded by the artists of said MBartist. We've got Barbie director Fran Delgado. We've got John Hebert, Punisher and X-Men artist. We've got Mustafa, inker of Marvel and DC, legendary inker and painter Joe Rubenstein, and off and on roving reporter, Villainous Villains, Jamie Coker. And you just missed the 12 minutes of Bob. He came. He left. But hey, let's walk through the featured art prints today. Let's go. We've got Joe's G.I. Joe #1. We've got Chad Harden, who we'll see for the first time, and we'll put a mirror underneath his nose, make sure he's still alive. His Boba Fett gunslinger is featured today. We've got Francine's Wiz Comics recreation.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie Coker's Villainous Mumra. We've got James C. Mulligan's Mandalorian Bounty Hunter. Joe Rubenstein's Quicksilver and Tiger, voices of Peter Newman. Mr. Hebert, we have your Wiz Comics, which was also a big hit at ULTRACON.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we can't bring up Francine's Wiz without Mustafa's Wiz, as they did double duty on this book.
It was a very satisfying whiz.
It was a gang whiz.
Oh my God, Jones.
Just don't cross the streams, guys. And finally, we have my Thundercats line. All right, so those are our featured art prints. Once again, if you want to get one of these art prints, as you have been doing, keep commenting or putting questions below. Each one gets a ticket in the draw at the end of the show, which we will be doing in a roughly 20 minutes. The lovely Love Jeet will pull a name, and I will read it. And if you are still here, you will get to pick one of these fine art prints. Or if you can't wait, just say, claim Boba Fett. Claim Boba Fett, and the lovely Love Jeet will help you out in your order. Or you can go to MBartist.com and fill your cart. Not your boots. There we go. There's the button of mass destruction. Fill your cart.
Oh, Jamie's not here for it.
No, he's not.
Oh, that's where I got it from.
That's okay. Apparently I threw out another nugget while we were packing up that everybody was just like, what?
You threw out a nugget.
Another nugget, another phrase. The phrase that pays. So apparently I got another button coming. Do you remember what I said, Fran?
I cannot remember.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. All I know is that Trisha kept saying.
I'm pretty sure that Jamie and Trisha remember, so they are the ones that are gonna make the bottom.
Yeah, they're gonna make the button. We'll ask our roving reporter if he ever returns. Anyways, those are our featured art prints. Feel free to either claim them or go to the website and get them with free shipping, or you can just wait and see if you win at the end of the show. There we go. All right, it's show and tell time. Usually, if this was a show of any production value, we would have a theme and opening for show and tell time, but we don't. So we'll just go on. Joe Boy, you have been feverishly drawing away. Do you want to do show and tell? You're doing card backs. Are those card backs for Dragon Con? Awesome. So Joe is also going to be trying out for Clerks 4, which will be going in production. He'll be the older version of Silent Bob. Joe has a point to share. What was your one point you wanted to get across, Joe?
You're going to die, Steve. Die, a hole of die.
Anyways, Francine, what do you got for show and tell today?
Start this. I haven't finished it. I started at the convention. I need to just think a little bit more. Because, Spider-Man Homecoming. So I have to get in the thrill of it.
Very cool. Very cool. Mr. Hebert, what do you have to share with us? Oh, you can actually show us now?
Well, quickly.
So are you going to make it so that the headpiece comes off?
Not on this version.
No.
Not on this version. It's going to be very stationary in the beginning. Then we'll get more complicated as we go on.
Very cool. Very
John,
cool.
when will you have the first toys?
I'm sorry, what?
When will you have the first toys? I want to see how they look like.
For Christmas. For Christmas, we'll have them.
Christmas, great.
You know how many are you getting made? How many are you getting made in the first round?
I believe it's only 2,500 of each for the first two, but I think we're already pre-sold, so it may go up.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah. It's nice to be involved in something again.
Luke says he can't wait to see the wrestling figs, and earlier he said just to echo off of your lovely Marvel picnic. My buddy dropped a deuce on his boss's desk at a Christmas party.
I saw that come up. That's excellent. That's excellent.
Wow.
The only better one is an upper decker. Oh my God. All right, I'll tell you a quick one. It's not business related, but it's vengeance. I was involved with this psychopathic woman years and years ago. She was totally nuts, and we split up, and there was like a war because right away she got this other guy and told him that I was terrible and I was this and I was that, and he was like he thought he was John Wayne. And he was about 5'6" and a lot older than us, and wore plaid polyester pants and had a pocket protector and brown shoes with buckles and a comb over. So, he started messing with me, and I started messing with him. So one night, he used to call me all the time and just not say anything. And I knew it was him because a buddy of mine worked with him, and he used to see him sitting in a payphone at night, just sitting there, saying nothing, listening to the phone. Because he would call me from the payphone and just say nothing. So I would tell him all kinds of nasty stuff about her to try to bait him out. And then when I told the cops, they're like, he's getting his jollies doing this. It's like phone sex for him. So you better stop that. But here's the punchline. You know where they worked? At the State Insane Asylum in Albany.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. So I told him one night, I said, look, I feel bad. Well, first I told him, I said, I sugared your gas tank. I said, how's your truck running, pal? Is it stalling at red lights, et cetera, And then I said, look, man, I said, I feel bad. We got to stop this. One of us is going to kill the other. I don't want you on my conscience. And, if the truck hasn't broken down yet, take it to a garage. So then when I went to report him to the cops, I rode past his house, and sure enough, he had it jacked up, and he was laying under it trying to drop the gas tank. Here's the punchline. I didn't put any sugar in his tank. And he messed up the gas tank and had to have it towed to a garage. Now that's vengeance.
You're a fan of Shameless. I feel like you're a character on that show.
I think I am. Paranoia will destroy you.
All right, Mustafa, what do you have for show and tell today?
Oh, well, I did show a little bit earlier, but here we go. Chad Harden, the lovely Chad Harden here.
So how does he do that? He sends you pencils and you print it out on a separate piece? Or?
This one, I think he drew digitally. So he just sent me the digital file, and then I want to have it for Boston so that we can show it off and sell it, and him and me make some money.
Cool. Ara asked an interesting question. Now that y'all finally all met in person, was there anything that y'all were surprised to find out about one another? There you go. Francine, was there something that you found out that surprised you about us? Any one of us? What did you learn about any one of us that surprised you?
Okay, I didn't knew John was gonna be this tall. I never imagined him that tall at all. And he was sitting next to me. Oh my gosh, he's a giant. So those are things you don't notice when you just talk with people on a camera. Then Joe already said his height, so I knew he was gonna be around my height as well. So that was I was expecting. But John, when I saw you, oh my God, you're a giant. So yeah, there are like very cool stuff that I get to know about everybody. But John's height that stand out because I always imagine you were shorter. And I don't know.
So Joe looks like he has something to say. So Joe, what did you learn about someone else that surprised you?
Nothing. I was just trying to hear what Francine was saying.
Oh, okay.
She's talking about me or John?
She was talking about John being so tall.
Oh, okay.
All right. So since I have you on the phone, what did you learn about someone that surprised you when you got to meet everybody in person? Ara wants to know.
It wasn't a surprise. I just found out that Francine smells really good.
What he said?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
he said.
That you smell good, I think.
It smells really good.
Oh,
Yeah.
Francine smells really good. All right. On that note, I'm putting the phone back down.
Because I take showers.
John, to you. What did you learn about somebody that surprised you that you didn't know before?
Both Francine and Mustafa look a lot younger in person. I mean, they look young anyway. They're kids, but I mean, even in person, they look probably 5 years younger than they look on TV.
Yeah, the camera adds 10 years.
Then camera.
Everybody was super cool and super enthusiastic, and you know, not to beat a dead horse, but it was just cool talking shop with people, and it was cool that everybody was cool about that. You know, they didn't mind joking around a little, obviously, with the ice cream and all, and it was a real camaraderie thing. I liked that.
Mustafa, what did you learn about someone that surprised you that you didn't know before?
Well, I had a feeling John was as tall as he was, but he's definitely more tan than I expected. Now that might have been the vacation, but like he was looking good. Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, he was definitely styling, eh?
It was a style, yeah.
It's a time.
And then of course, you know, Fran, like, you know, getting to talk to her on here is one thing, but in person, everybody's missing out. Fran's great in person.
So here's what I learned. I learned that John does not like putting comics back into the bags.
I don't either.
Who
Nobody
likes that?
He was blowing up the bags. He was having a hard
Oh
time.
yeah, he was aggressive with it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, oh,
And then
dude,
I went
that
after the family when I was done.
bag won't mess with you again, John.
Treated like an editor at a picnic.
And that'd make a great shirt. Treat it like an editor at a picnic. After I ruined those bags, I went after their family.
There you go.
I learned that Mustafa does not like sleep.
No, I don't need sleep at these things. No, 2 or 3 hours, I'm good.
No.
Oh man, poor Pablo. The next day he just told me like, I cannot keep carrying on with Mustafa. Next time I'm gonna tell him no.
He said that to me as well. Yeah, on the plane ride, he's like, I can't do this every week, man. I don't know how you do this. I can't do this every week.
Oh, and our roving reporter Jamie, I enjoyed talking wrestling with him, and I think he enjoyed that with me. He came over and just hung as often as we could, and then, oh my God, I got somebody at my table, but it was just cool. Everybody was great.
Luke says,
You know what? Like Jamie and Trish, like since I have been speaking with you guys and seeing Jamie, I had an idea how he was, but I never saw Trish till this trip. I always heard about her and I knew she existed, but meeting her was so good. She's such a lovely, caring person.
Trish is
like,
great.
Definitely, oh my God, such a nice soul. Like, I love meeting those people.
oh yeah, I have nothing but good things to say about Jamie and Trish. They're the salt of the earth. I think that's their
Really are good.
Trish is one of my favorite people to talk to at shows. She is. She's fun. She's awesome. She's funny. She's like low key funny. You know, she's great. Yeah.
And she'll do buttons for you.
And she made buttons. I don't collect buttons, but I'm keeping this guy for sure.
I think she'll have a new one for now.
It's a shame she doesn't like to come in cameras, because if not, I will totally tell Jamie, tell her to join, because everybody is missing out on meeting her. She's so cool.
Yeah. So, Luke says, I was afraid to bring my wife by Mustafa's table. It's all she talked about after she saw him.
Wait, what? What happened?
What was she talking about, Luke?
I need more. I require more elaboration, Luke.
Luke also says, I was surprised that Joe had a booster seat.
Oh.
Joe has a finger for you, Luke.
You're never going to see
Don't
it coming.
become Joe.
There it is. Oh, he's got
You're
two.
the same size.
Joe, I can't hear it. Turn it up.
We know we're number one.
Yeah, we're number one. Wasn't that Mr. Bean thing where he thought that this was a greeting and he was like doing this all down Hollywood Boulevard?
Yes. Yes.
In Germany, apparently that's how they do directions. Okay, you're gonna go down south and turn left, and you'll be there. Luke also says Trish was so nice and gave me a button. Yeah, she does that. She does that. She's pretty awesome that way.
Yeah, but what did I do to his wife? I don't understand. What did my table do?
That's a good question, Luke. You need.
And I apologize in advance.
Dude, I wouldn't piss off Luke, man. He's a big boy.
I know. Oh, all right. Tell her sorry. I'm sorry. Whatever I did.
I don't think he's gonna elaborate. I think his silence has spoken volumes.
All right.
All right, we got 10 minutes left, so let's see who's a winner today. Love Jeep. Let's not forget this week. What do you think? What do you say? Here's your. Oh, I hear the pitter patter of Love Jeep feet. I think I made a poem. The pitter patter of Love Jeep feet. All right, and the Oscar goes to. Oh, she thought you were a handsome man.
Oh.
Oh.
You're a very attractive man, Mustafa. I don't think we haven't noticed.
I'm sorry. Blame my parents.
Mustafa Musa, you're my hero.
Oh my God.
All right, Luke. Luke, just because you were so worried, we're going to give you a parting gift because you, my friend, are the winner. Let's throw up those featured art prints so Luke can pick one. Who was the winner this week? I think last week it was Mustafa. Or was it? Anybody remember who won last week?
It was Era. She picked one of mine.
Yeah, Ara picked one. Luke, let us know what you think. You got G.I. Joe, Boba Fett. You have a couple Wiz.
He should let his wife pick.
Oh yeah, let his wife pick. Oh, dude, if she picks yours.
Well, be also picking Francine's though. So.
Oh yeah, that's it. Good cover.
That's your story. You're sticking to it.
Lion-O, I'm a winner.
Hey, how's it feel like to win?
It's a first for everything.
This is your first, isn't it?
It is my first. Well, I think the odds were against me when they were like Franklin and Babar.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants Babar. I don't know why. Babar's a perfectly nice picture to put up on a wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of an adult, yeah.
Thank you, Fran. All right, parting shots. Joe, I'm going to pick up the phone. You have a hell of an echo going on here. Any parting shots you'd like to, parting wisdoms that don't involve your finger?
You'll never see it coming.
You'll never see it coming.
I never want to see you coming. That's the problem. All right, here we go. So what? What?
Never mind.
We're going to stick to the sign language. All right, I got to put that down. My phone is burning. All right, Francine, any parting shots about ULTRACON before we close the book?
No, beautiful people. It was lovely meeting you in person, and I'm looking forward to have more of these shows with you now that I know you a little bit more. And thank you, everybody that is watching and hearing our nonsense. And that's it.
Hey, Fran, does Steve snore?
No,
Does he snore?
I don't know.
Oh,
Trying to sleep.
She was out when her head hit the pillow.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
So then, Steve, does she snore?
No, she does not.
Oh, okay. All right.
She does not.
However,
with that said, she does this thing when she flips and she buries her head in the pillow. So I think she muffles herself.
Hey, leave me alone, dude.
Yeah, you know what I want to know. I forgot to ask Brendan if John screams in the middle of the night like he's so self-proclaimed.
Oh yeah.
Did you do any screaming, John?
What's that?
Did you do any screaming?
Only when he snored. Oh my God, I've had complaints about my snoring, but yeah. Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I know that John snores. He crashed at my place when we were in Toronto. Oh man, let me tell you, I could hear him.
I was in the basement. He was upstairs.
I could hear him through the ventilation system. It was like FM radio.
I snored the aluminum siding off his house.
Yeah, that was a bill. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So that brings UltraCon to a close, and Dragon Con next week for Joe Boy, Mr. Rubenstein, and Boston for Mr. Hebert, Mr. Mustafa, and myself.
Yes.
We look forward to seeing the people of Boston. And Francine is going to take a knee until New York, I believe. Isn't that correct, Fran?
Yes, because I need to know if I think we are not doing Calgary, right?
Well, you're
We
doing.
should be up there.
Are you doing
We can
Calgary?
take it up there.
Yeah, Calgary is on life support. We got to figure that out.
Yeah,
Because you said you might be doing Portland instead. Is that correct?
I'm doing Portland, but is Fran doing Calgary?
Well, if you're doing Portland, then my picture I have here is lying to me, and we're gonna have to get it updated.
Okay. Yeah, we talked about it about a month ago.
Yeah, but you didn't. You were gonna send me a confirmation whether it was done.
Yeah, a month ago. Yeah.
All right. Well, I got to update that. So I think Calgary may be relegated to the good graces of Mr. Rubenstein, and that's it.
Uh-oh.
I would love to do it.
And then Edmonton's on life support too. So
Edmonton, I'll be there.
Yeah, Edmonton's on life support. So I got to figure that out too. Unfortunately, what I didn't take into account is the cost of getting stuff from Boston to Calgary to Dallas to Edmonton.
Yeah.
Not easy.
Yeah, it's like pinpoint, right?
Yeah, the border and 3 days. Basically, I have 3 days to get across the country like that. I don't think it's happening. So,
What about half the stuff in U.S. and half the stuff in Canada, and just have them sitting somewhere?
I think I just froze on the screen. The problem with that is that I still have to send the booth around.
Yeah.
So we were looking at doing 2 separate booths, but
there you go.
Doing 2 separate booths mean double the cost when we're not at that point where we can support it.
Right.
So it's like, and do I kill myself? So basically, I land on Monday night. I have Tuesday and Wednesday to get ready, and then I got to fly out again on Thursday.
Yeah.
So my kids were already giving me crap today that I was leaving tomorrow. So I got to think of family as well. So unfortunately, if it comes to family and work, family comes first, and that's always my my motto. All right. Anyways, 4:27, and it looks like I'm starting to freeze up. Joe, any parting remarks? Here, I'm going to put you in the microphone one last time.
You'll never see it coming.
No. All right, good. Then I can turn off my phone. Joe, it was nice talking to you, my friend.
Okay.
Hey, Joe.
Guys.
Bye, Joe.
You all.
Bye.
Bye, Joe. All right, guys. So, anyways, on behalf of Fran, already just said,
Fran said bye.
Bye-bye. You know what's the funny thing I learned about Fran? I understand just as much here as I do when she's in person. And I listen really intently, I do. But sometimes she goes so fast. So fast. Anyways, on behalf of Punisher and X-Men artist John Hebert, Marvel and DC inker Mustafa Musa, legendary inker Joe Rubenstein and painter, and palm warmer. Apparently, I'm going to be getting one. Good night from the Great White North and all points in between. We'll see you next week.
Well, don't forget to
like, comment, and subscribe.
There you go.
Crap.
And make sure to fill things.
That's right.
Fill things. Oh, looks like Fran's gonna